temple we saw yesterday, that was one of Ramses II in the New Kingdom, 19th dynasty. Now we're talking about after virtually Egypt fell to several conquerors, particularly the Greeks and the Romans, and this temple was reconstructed. Now, since I'm talking about reconstruction, let me tell you about the topography of this particular island and how this temple came to be here. Originally, this temple was not here on this island. Let me correct some false information as well. This is not Philae Temple. The island of Philae is several kilometers away from here. That's where this temple was originally, before it was sunk down at the bottom of the Nile River. And what they did in the early 70s was to go, just like what they did with the Ramses temple, cut the temple and bring it here. But before they brought it to this island is called Agilika. It means forget me not. Now, what they did was they reconstructed the topography of this island very similar to Philae Island, brought all of the vegetation that you see around, guava trees and all these things here. Don't think the guava come from the Caribbean, it's here long before that, right? Okay? Brought all of this vegetation here and sort of recreated its original home. But whenever a temple is dedicated to a specific deity, it does not mean that other deities are not involved in the temple construction. Now, this kiosk here that you see here with the Hathoric, you see the face of Hathor? This is for the first time now we can see Hathor. Well, we saw her at Abu Simbel, but here is a squared sistrum topped column. Now, from 1070 BC to about 712 BC, Egypt went through what is called a stage of flux. You have the last of the golden ages of Egypt is going to happen now. Around the beginning in the 7th century BC, the pharaohs from the south, deep south, beyond the borders of where we were yesterday, a family, Pianki, Shabaka, and Tahaka, they were the ones, I know you're here. Now, in front of us, you are confronting a pylon for the first time. What a pylon is? A pylon is a gateway that leads one into a court. This is the first court. It's called the People's Court, the court of the surrogate mothers. To my right there is a temple, a now destroyed temple of a god, a Nubian god called Mantilla. Of a granite obelisk, and we're going to go to the granite quarries in a little bit. There were two of them, one here and the other one obviously is not here right now, and two lions. The facade of this pylon, first you have a gateway there, a large gateway. You know, in one of your biblical renditions it said it's easier for a camel to go through that? Eye of a needle. That's the eye of the needle right there. Alright? Okay? Alright, now, have what is called a nilometer. A nilometer, which measures the rise and the fall of the tide. So, the Africans understood, who lived in the Nile Valley, who lived next to the Nile River, knew that the annual inundation was going to come. And they can tell what the time the inundation will come by this scientific instrument which measures the rise and the fall of the tide. This in itself is an engineering marvel. The construction of the island itself is an engineering marvel, and even more magnificent is the moving of this temple from a long way to places here.